Welcome to Raka's world. It's election time in Karnataka, and no election in Karnataka is complete without the mention of the dominant social group, the Lingayats. They have given 10 of the 23 chief ministers that Karnataka has had, and 3 of the 4 BJP chief ministers are from the Lingayat community. Lingayats account for 54 MLAs in the 224 seat Karnataka Assembly, and 37 of them are from the BJP. This shows their political dominance in this very sensitive South Indian state. The Lingayats trace their descent from Lord Basaveshwara, a 12th century poet and reformer who propagated the Shaiva Dharma and who propagated equality. And though a Brahmin, he opposed all the Brahmanical practices, and then he tried to bring the society together. His followers became Lingayats. The Lingayats, are said to actually constitute some 17% of Karnataka's population. Although there is no accurate statistic to confirm this figure, it is generally believed in Karnataka that Lingayats form about 17%, and thus, starting from 1918, when the independence movement took shape in Karnataka, the Lingayats played a very key role. The earlier generation Congress leaders, most of them were from the Lingayat community. Leaders such as B.D. Jatti, Nijalingappa, S.R. Kanti, and all these people are Lingayats. Lingayats continued to align with the Congress till 1989, when a Lingayat chief minister, Birendra Patil, was unceremoniously ousted by Rajiv Gandhi. Rajiv Gandhi ousted him, during a public, press conference, and he said, Karnataka will soon have a new chief minister. Birendra Patil was ousted. At that time, Virendra Patil was suffering a paralytic stroke, and then he was unceremoniously ousted, and this led to an outrage among the politically conscious and powerful Lingayat community. And since then, they started gradually moving away from the Congress party, and they went to BJP. They gradually went to BJP. The transition, the shift has been very gradual, very slow in fact. In 1989, they were with Congress, and by the time of 2004 or 2000, by 2004, they shifted to the BJP. BJP has projected Yediyurappa, a Lingayat, as its chief ministerial candidate, and that's how the Lingayat community rallied behind Yediyurappa, and thus this whole community became the bulwark of the BJP strategy, BJP's game plan in Karnataka. So how many Lingayats are there? There are about 3.5 crore Lingayats. The Lingayat groups claim that there are about 3.5. 1.5 of them live in Karnataka. About 1 crore live in Maharashtra, neighboring part of Maharashtra, Sangli and all these areas. And 50 lakh people live in Andhra Pradesh, particularly in the Medak, Zahirabad, Narayan Khed tract. So that's how the Lingayats are spread, and the influence of Lingayat politics has a cascading effect on these two states also. So naturally, BJP secured very good amount of votes in the Zahirabad and Medak districts, part of the Medak districts where Lingayats were having a significant presence. Coming back to Karnataka, the Lingayats, this time around, the Lingayats are going to play a very key role, because it is believed in Karnataka's political parlance, the general understanding is that the Lingayats influence the electoral outcome in about 100 seats. 100 of the 224 seats in the Karnataka Assembly. So they play a major role, and the Lingayats have largely, by and large, stood behind the BJP from 2004-2006 onwards. Barring 2013, when Yediyurappa parted ways with the BJP, he formed a new political outfit by name Karnataka Janata Paksha and secured around 10% of votes. He went on to win about 6 or 7 seats, but then he played spoil sport and he reduced the BJP to a non-entity in Karnataka politics. BJP had to be content with just 40 seats and some 19% votes. Yediyurappa's return to BJP has again consolidated the Lingayats behind the BJP, and now the Lingayats form the major bulwark of the BJP. But then, quoting Lingayat community has its own, trail of problems, because the Lingayat community has its own, subsects. For example, some of the major subsects are Banajiga, Sadar, Panchamashali, Gunige, and Ganiga, and these and many other subsects. And these, what is happening these days is that this subsectarianism within the Lingayat community is on the rise. This always happens. When you talk about regionalism, the sub-regionalism is a natural corollary. When you talk of the caste, the subcaste consolidation, subcaste divisions and subcaste stratification is a natural corollary, and the same seems to be happening in Karnataka also. Yediyurappa, the Lingayat icon, is from the Banijiga subsect, whereas Basavaraj Bommai is from the Sadar subsect. And then the Panchamashalis, who form nearly 70% of the Lingayat communities, the Panchamashalis, they constitute the majority, but they consider themselves very backward, and they have now been demanding reservations. In fact, the Panchamashalis, some of their pontiffs and Mathadipatis demanded 3 ministerial posts for Panchamashali Lingayats during the constitution of Basavaraj Bommai government. Even the mathas, the Lingayat mathas, are divided among the subsects. For instance, the Sirigire Taralabaru Bruhan Math of Chitradurga is has considerable influence among the Sadar subsect of the Lingayats, whereas the other groups, Channagiri Matha and others, they root for the other community, the Panchamashali. So these mathas, the matrix of the mathas, the pontiffs, the subsects and the Lingayats and the whole of the Lingayat community together form a very important element of Karnataka politics. Which way will the Lingayats go this time? The Lingayats are unhappy with the BJP because Yediyurappa has been removed, but are happy because Yediyurappa is replaced by a Lingayat, Basavaraj Bommai. They are also unhappy because the representation for the Lingayats in the ministry is low, but they are happy because their voice is being heard in the BJP. The biggest problem for the Lingayat community is that the other parties, the Congress and the Janata Dal, do not have any Lingayat face to project. For instance, the Congress has Congress has senior leaders like Shamanur Shivashankarappa and BC Patil. He was made the campaign committee chairperson, and another leader was from the Lingayat community was made the PCC chief. But they do not have the same kind of charisma that the Yediyurappa and others have, of the BJP have. The JDS has no face as far as the Lingayat community is concerned. So willy-nilly, the Lingayat community might have to align with the BJP if it wants to continue with the political power. Lingayats hold the balance for the BJP and they decide the BJP's fortunes in the coming elections. But though aggrieved with the BJP, they have nowhere to go. There is no credible alternative. If they vote for Congress or in either community, there is every likelihood that a Vokkaliga, D.K. Shivakumara, or a Kuruba, Siddaramaiah, become the chief minister. So it's a question of though inconvenient, the Lingayats may finally veer towards the BJP and may go with the BJP once again. It's an exciting elections that is happening in Karnataka. There are various aspects there, but the most important is which way the Lingayats go. The Lingayats form a very powerful sect in the northern part of Karnataka, in the Maharashtra, the Bombay Karnataka, the Belgaum and other areas, and also in the areas of the Hyderabad Karnataka, which is now known as Kalyana Karnataka. These are the areas where the Lingayats form a substantial chunk. Yediyurappa's seat Shikaripura, for instance, is a Lingayat bastion, and Basavaraj Bommai also comes from Shiggaon, which again is a Lingayat bastion. That's all for today. Let's meet and talk about Karnataka election, some other interesting facet of Karnataka election in our next video. If you like this video, please share, subscribe, and then press the like button on this video, and share Raka, and subscribe to Raka Lokam, and encourage your friends to subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much.